What's up everyone, AussiePlays here. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over first down play calling for the vertical scheme in LVL. I have broken down these plays into 3 categories, S tier, A tier, and B tier. I will go over my definitions for each tier in a moment. For every single one of the plays you can see listed up on the screen, I have provided a short clip and I will be explaining what makes them great and why I put them in their respective tiers. As usual, there will be timestamps in the description box below, so if you want to see a specific play I have up here, then you can skip directly to it. We are going to be starting off with S tier plays. I categorize these as having home run potential. That means wherever you are on the field, you are able to get a touchdown. Another point I look at is how much yardage they provide, and these 3 plays all provide consistent yardages. The third point is that they have easy reads, especially the pass plays, which I will be showing you. And a fourth one, which I didn't put up here, is that they work really well against most of the defensive coverages. Our first S tier play is going to be halfback base. This is a shotgun run play and it has a lead blocker. The reason I flipped this play is because I have my better offensive guard as the right guard, so if you flip it, your right guard will be lead blocking. So as you can see here, if you bounce the ball to the outside, you have a really wide open area where you can get a lot of yards or even pick up the touchdown. Halfback base is really solid on first down, as you are most likely not going to be losing yards unless your opponent has a complete all-out blitzing, but some of the times you can also beat that by bouncing it to the outside and getting the edge on the defenders. I'm able to get to the outside, I'm able to truck that defender, and I am able to get the touchdown. So the second S tier play is PAX Burst Cross. This is a play action play which I have broken down on my channel, which if you want to check that out will be linked in the top right corner. The reason I put PAX Burst Cross in the S tier category is because you have multiple reads on this play and all of these reads can get positive yards. As you can see here, against zone coverage, one of the crossing routes becomes wide open. Most of the time, this play is really good. It's really easy for someone who is learning the playbook to pick up, as one of the receivers will most likely be wide open. As you can see here, the crossing route's open again, but also the halfback on the dump off was wide open as well. If you want an in-depth breakdown of this play, then please check out a video I did earlier on this channel. The last S tier play is going to be PA Zone Shot. I think this play is one of the best play action plays in the entire game, and I think that this play is the best play in the vertical scheme. So as you can see here, your primary read is the slot receiver running a deep over route. You also have one of your wide receivers running a post route, and you have your dump off, which is your halfback running to the flats. My receivers are wide open against this guy's man defenses, and if your opponent decides to put man coverage in, then you will have a really easy day moving down the field with this play action play. Alright, so we are moving down to the A tier plays here. I define these as having less home run potential, but they are still solid plays, and if it's a pass play, then there are going to be slightly harder reads. The first A tier play is going to be 0-1 trap. So as you can see here, it is going to be an inside run with a lead blocker. The reason that I put this as an E tier, not an S tier, is because in certain circumstances, your offensive guard can totally whiff on his block and your halfback either gets tackled for a loss or doesn't gain any yards. That example just happened, but this play has a lot of upside, especially when you are able to bounce this to the outside, or you get a coverage like quarters or dime formation where you can easily take it up the middle and pick up the first down. The second A tier play is going to be corners cross out of the long pass playbook. This is a single back formation pass, and you have 5 potential receivers on this play. You have a receiver running a post route, a receiver running a corner route, a third receiver running a corner strike, a fourth receiver running a curl route, and your fifth, which is your halfback, running to the flats. So you have your curl route or your halfback as your dump off, while the post, the corner, and the corner strike are your primary reads. So against man coverage, it does a really good job of getting wide open. This play is much more harder to learn compared to other plays such as PAX burst cross or PA zone shot, which is why corners cross is in the A tier. This play has home run potential, but most of the time I will be saving this for third or fourth down. I will be throwing the ball to the curl receiver, who is my dump off, and he is able to take the ball for a touchdown. The last A tier play is going to be Sluggo out of the long pass playbook. This is a shotgun pass, and your primary reads are going to be your tight end on his corner route or your wide receiver on his drag route. The reason I have this play in the A tier instead of the S tier is because you really need a fast tight end for this play to have home run potential. This play does really great against man and zone coverages. Against man coverage, your tight end or your drag route will most likely be open, and against zone coverages, you just need to see where that zone defender is going. Is he going to cover your tight end? If so, then you hit your drag route. If your defender is going to be coming down to stop the drag route, then most likely your tight end on his corner route will be wide open. Overall, this play is pretty easy to learn compared to other plays such as corners cross. You only need to keep track of 2 receivers on this play. One thing to keep in mind is that you can't throw the ball early to your tight end on his corner route, otherwise the ball will be underthrown and will most likely be intercepted or batted down by a nearby defender. I categorize B tier plays as high risk, high reward, as the success is often based on what defensive coverage you are facing, and most of the time there is some luck involved in getting positive yards. The first B tier play is going to be buck sweep out of the run playbook. This is a shotgun run, and you have 2 lead blockers. If any one of your lead blocker is to miss his assigned block, then you may be looking at a loss of 4 to 5 yards. I got pretty lucky and I was able to truck the defender and get the touchdown. If you want to increase the success chance of buck sweep, then you need really good offensive guards. So your 2 lead blockers are your offensive guards, and you need to make sure that they have enough speed so your halfback isn't outrunning them, and you also need to make sure they have enough awareness to know who their assigned targets are. I'm able to pick out some positive yards because my offensive guards are some of the best in the game, but in this next example, you'll see what happens when this play gets completely shut down. We are now moving on to our last B tier play, and this is going to be halfback plunge out of the run playbook. So this is going to be an inside run, but you can also bounce this play to outside. The reason I put this play in the B tier is because the home run potential is pretty low. You're only picking up around 4 to 6 yards on the ground, and when you bounce it outside, you can pick up a few more yards. This run play is out of the single back formation, and if your opponent decides to blitz his linebackers, then they're going to be unblocked and are able to shut down this run play. So overall, this play is pretty good for picking up a few yards, but as you would see later in my next videos, this play can be utilized in other downs and distances to greater effect. So that wraps up my breakdown of first down plays in the vertical scheme. Do you agree with my play selection? Should there be other plays which should be added to my list? Let me know in the comment sections down below. So as usual, if you enjoyed this content, click the like button. If you want to see more, click the subscribe button. I will be dropping more of these videos in the coming weeks, especially with second down, third down, and fourth downs, and they all having short, medium, and long yardage situations. So that does it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.